This is going to be a long post, and I'd like to apologize in advance. Let's clarify some things about Jikook, which refers to the close bond between Jimin and Jungkook. It does not mean that fans who support Jikook are delusional. 1. Background on Jikook and shipping. The term Jikook was coined by BTS themselves during a V-Live in June 2016 when the members were playfully giving each other duo names. Similarly, Taekook was named by Jimin, not fans. Over time, fans have taken these names and attributed romantic or sexual meanings to them. While this might seem harmless to some, it has caused misunderstandings and toxic behavior within the fandom. Shipping is not exclusive to K-pop. It has existed in various fandoms for years, particularly in the US. It involves fans imagining romantic relationships between two public figures, often expressed through fan fiction or content. Unfortunately, this can blur the line between fiction and reality, especially for younger fans, leading to misunderstandings. This caused a great outrage before BTS when idols had to do something, and they started calling out these fans. 2. Toxicity in the fandom. Some fans, such as extreme Taekook shippers or solo stans, have crossed the line into bullying, harassment, and even threats. For example, Jimin has been the target of harassment, and in one instance, a fan in Texas was arrested for threatening him. This behavior is deeply troubling and harmful both to the members and the fandom. https://t.co/YCSSTH11XK. Taeyong himself addressed this during a V-Live, advising fans to get out of their imaginations. It's a reminder that while fans can enjoy fictional pairings, projecting these fantasies onto real people in harmful ways is unacceptable. 3. How toxic behavior affects ARMYs. The toxicity from certain Taekookers and solo fans has negatively impacted BTS ARMY. Many fans, including myself, feel frustrated or upset. At times, this has even affected my ability to enjoy Taeyong's content. I've found myself blaming him unfairly, even though he isn't responsible for his toxic fans' behavior. I want to apologize silently to Taeyong for those moments. Despite my frustration, I don't hate him, and I acknowledge that his solo fans' actions are not his fault. Still, the ongoing bullying of Jimin and Jungkook makes it emotionally exhausting to navigate fandom spaces. 4. Promoting positive fandom behavior. It's okay to support the terms Jikook, Kookmin, or Minkook when used respectfully. However, we must avoid romanticizing or sexualizing the members against their wishes. Being a fan is about love and support, not creating unnecessary drama or harm. As a community, we need to hold ourselves accountable and avoid letting toxic behaviors affect our experience with BTS. Let's focus on supporting the members and spreading positivity, rather than engaging with or amplifying harmful voices. Let's dig a little deeper, shall we? Questions. What is a Sasaeng? What do they do? Who have they targeted in K-pop? Answer. A Sasaeng is a term used in the K-pop community to refer to obsessive fans who go to extreme and often invasive lengths to gain access to or interact with their favorite idols. The term Sasaeng is derived from the Korean words esse, meaning private, and sang, meaning life, referring to their intrusion into the private lives of idols. What do Sasaengs do? Sasaeng behavior can range from invasive to dangerous. Some of the most common actions include stalking, following idols to their homes, workplaces, or even during their personal time. Invasive calls/messages, obtaining idols' private phone numbers and bombarding them with calls and texts. Tracking flights, using illegal means to find out idols' flight schedules and booking seats near them. Breaking and entering, trespassing into idols' homes or hotel rooms. Physical harassment, grabbing, pulling, or touching idols inappropriately during public appearances. Gift sabotage, sending inappropriate or harmful gifts, such as GPS trackers, to idols. Financial exploitation, spending large sums of money to hire private investigators or obtain personal information illegally. Who have they targeted in K-pop? Sasaengs have targeted many popular K-pop idols, particularly those from globally renowned groups. Some notable examples include BTS. Members of BTS have experienced intense Sasaeng behavior, including stalkers following them during tours and chartering the same flights. Jungkook and Taehyung, V, have been frequent targets, with reports of them receiving invasive calls or being trailed in public. EXO. EXO has had numerous encounters with Sasaengs, particularly during their peak popularity. Fans once booked the same flight as member Baekhyun, causing discomfort and delays. TVXQ. TVXQ faced some of the worst cases of Sasaeng behavior. Incidents included fans breaking into their dorms, stealing personal items, and even installing tracking devices on their cars. Blackpink. Blackpink members, particularly Lisa, have faced Sasaeng threats online, including harmful messages and stalking incidents. NCT. NCT has had multiple encounters with Sasaeng fans, including fans showing up at dorms or sending inappropriate gifts. Girls' Generation, SNSD. Tion, a member of Girls' Generation, was once grabbed and dragged off stage by a Sasaeng during a live performance. Why do they do it? Sasaeng behavior often stems from an unhealthy obsession or desire to feel closer to idols. These fans often want to stand out or gain the idol's attention, even if the interaction is negative. Impact on idols and industry. Sasaeng behavior has a profoundly negative impact on idols' mental health and privacy. It often leads to increased security measures, lawsuits, or public condemnations from entertainment companies. Fans and agencies have consistently urged the public to respect idols as human beings and prioritize their safety and well-being. Question: is misinformation, bullying, harassing considered a Sasaeng? Answer: misinformation, bullying, and harassment are harmful behaviors, but they do not necessarily fit the traditional definition of a Sasaeng. However, they can overlap or align with Sasaeng tendencies depending on the intent and target of the actions. Let's break this down. Sasaengs and their behavior. Sasaengs are typically defined by their extreme, obsessive behavior focused on invading the personal lives of idols. Their actions are usually direct and involve stalking, physical intrusion, or other invasive tactics. Misinformation. What it is: spreading false or misleading information about an idol or group, often to tarnish their reputation or cause harm. Relation to Sasaengs. If the misinformation is deliberate and intended to disrupt an idol's life or career, it could align with Sasaeng-like behavior. For example, fabricating scandals or leaking false rumors about idols to the public is sometimes done by obsessive fans seeking attention. Bullying. What it is: targeting idols with hurtful comments, online harassment, or public humiliation. Misinformation. Relation to Sasaengs. Bullying, especially online, is not usually classified as Sasaeng behavior, but may be motivated by similar obsessive or harmful tendencies. Sasaengs typically claim to love their idols, but in extreme cases, their actions can turn hostile, leading to bullying. Harassment. What it is: persistent or unwanted attention, such as spamming social media accounts, flooding idols with messages, or sending threats. Relation to Sasaengs. Harassment is a hallmark of Sasaeng behavior, especially if it involves constant attempts to gain attention through invasive or harmful means. Key distinction. The critical distinction is that Sasaeng behavior is typically more personal and invasive, involving direct intrusion into idols' private lives. In contrast, misinformation, bullying, or general harassment may occur in public or online spaces and can come from individuals who are not necessarily obsessive fans, but have malicious intent. Can these behaviors be considered Sasaeng? If misinformation, bullying, or harassment are part of a larger obsessive and invasive pattern, e.g., targeting idols to harm or control them, then they can be considered extensions of Sasaeng behavior. However, if they are isolated actions driven by general malice or hate, not obsession, they are more accurately described as cyberbullying or defamation rather than Sasaeng behavior. Impact. Regardless of classification, these behaviors can have devastating effects on idols' mental health, careers, and personal lives. Both Sasaeng activity and cyberbullying contribute to a toxic culture that idol fans and agencies actively work to combat. Question: can you explain cyberbullying? Answer: certainly. Cyberbullying refers to the use of digital technologies to harass, intimidate, or harm another individual. It typically occurs through online platforms such as social media, messaging apps, gaming platforms, or other internet-based tools. Cyberbullying can take many forms, and it often has a profound impact on the emotional and mental well-being of the person targeted. Types of cyberbullying. Harassment. Sending repetitive, offensive, or threatening messages to someone. This could include direct messages, comments, or even mass spamming. Doxing. Exposing someone's private or sensitive information, e.g., address, phone number, online without consent. Trolling. Posting inflammatory or provocative comments to deliberately upset someone. Trolls often use sarcasm or mockery to humiliate their targets. Impersonation. Pretending to be someone else online to spread false information or damage their reputation. Exclusion. Deliberately excluding someone from online groups, chats, or events to make them feel isolated. Cyberstalking. Repeatedly following, monitoring, or threatening someone online. This can escalate into in-person stalking in extreme cases. Spreading rumors or lies. Sharing false or malicious information about someone damages their reputation. Public shaming. Posting embarrassing or private information, photos, or videos of someone to humiliate them publicly. Hate speech. Using discriminatory language or slurs to attack someone based on their race, gender, religion, sexual orientation, or other personal attributes. How cyberbullying happens. Social media, platforms like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook are common places where cyberbullying occurs. Text messaging and chat apps, private messages or group chats can be used to send hurtful content. Online forums and gaming communities, bullying can happen in chat rooms or through voice communication during gaming sessions. Emails, threatening or malicious emails targeting someone personally or professionally. Effects of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying can have serious consequences for both the victim and the perpetrator. On the victim. Emotional distress, anxiety, depression, and feelings of helplessness. Low self-esteem, constant negative messages can lead to self-doubt and insecurity. Social isolation. Victims may withdraw from friends, family, or online spaces to avoid further bullying. Academic/professional impact. Difficulty focusing on work or studies due to stress. Physical symptoms, sleep problems, headaches, or other stress-related conditions. Self-harm or suicide. In severe cases, cyberbullying has led to self-harm or suicide. On the perpetrator. Legal consequences. Many countries have laws against cyberbullying, which can result in fines or jail time. Reputational damage. Being identified as a bully can harm their personal and professional relationships. Guilt or regret. If they later recognize the harm they caused, it may affect their emotional well-being. How to prevent and address cyberbullying. For individuals. Block and report. Use platform tools to block and report bullies. Do not engage. Avoid responding to negative messages to de-escalate situations. Save evidence. Take screenshots or save messages as proof. Seek support. Talk to a trusted friend, family member, or counselor. For parents or guardians. Open communication. Encourage kids to share their online experiences. Set boundaries. Teach responsible internet use and set rules for online behavior. Monitor activity. Be aware of the platforms they use and check for signs of distress. For schools or organizations. Education. Teach students or employees about digital etiquette and the impact of cyberbullying. Policies implement clear rules and consequences for bullying behavior. Support systems provide counseling services or reporting mechanisms. For platforms, moderation use AI and human moderators to identify and remove harmful content. Reporting tools make it easy for users to report abuse. Awareness campaigns promote anti-bullying initiatives and resources. Cyberbullying is a serious issue, but with awareness, education, and appropriate actions, it is possible to reduce its prevalence and support those affected. Question: is there a mental diagnosis that can link to either Sasaengs or cyberbullies? Answer: while there isn't a specific mental health diagnosis exclusive to Sasaengs or cyberbullies, certain psychological tendencies, disorders, or social factors can contribute to these behaviors. Below are some potential links that may explain why individuals engage in such harmful actions. 1. Obsessive-compulsive traits related to Sasaengs. What it is: Sasaengs display obsessive and intrusive behaviors that align with traits of obsessive-compulsive personality disorder, OCPD, or other obsessive tendencies. Possible traits: extreme fixation on idols, leading to compulsive stalking or tracking. Lack of boundaries between admiration and intrusion. Rationalizing harmful behaviors as acts of love or loyalty. 2. Narcissistic traits, common in both groups. What it is: some Sasaengs or cyberbullies may display narcissistic personality disorder, NPD traits, or narcissistic tendencies. Possible traits: a sense of entitlement to the idol's attention or acknowledgement. Bullying or harming others online to gain superiority or attention. Viewing the idol or victim as an extension of their own identity, disregarding boundaries. 3. Borderline traits, linked to extreme emotional reactions. What it is: some individuals might show traits of borderline personality disorder, BPD, characterized by unstable emotions and relationships. Possible traits: intense fear of rejection, leading to possessive and controlling behaviors toward idols or targets. Sudden shifts from extreme adoration to hostility, e.g., turning into an anti-fan if an idol doesn't meet their expectations. Difficulty regulating emotions, leading to impulsive actions. 4. Conduct disorder or antisocial traits, more common in cyberbullies. What it is: some cyberbullies may exhibit traits of conduct disorder in youth or antisocial personality disorder, ASPD. Possible traits: lack of empathy for their victims. A pattern of aggressive or manipulative behavior. Thriving on causing harm or distress for personal satisfaction. 5. Social anxiety or low self-esteem. What it is: insecure individuals may resort to harmful behaviors to cope with their own inadequacies. Possible traits: cyberbullies may target others to feel powerful or mask their own insecurities. Sasaengs might feel validated by their association, even negative, with a famous idol. 6. Internet addiction or dependence on online interaction. What it is: excessive dependence on the internet and social media can contribute to Sasaeng or cyberbullying behavior. Possible traits: losing touch with real-life consequences due to the anonymity of online platforms. Spending unhealthy amounts of time fixating on idols or targets. 7. Paraphilic tendencies or erotomania, rare in Sasaengs. What it is: erotomania is a delusional belief that someone, often of higher status, e.g., a celebrity, is in love with them. Possible traits: Sasaengs may justify stalking or intrusive behaviors by believing their actions are reciprocated or welcomed. 8. Impulsivity and poor emotional regulation. What it is: both Sasaengs and cyberbullies may lack the ability to control their impulses or regulate emotions effectively. Possible traits: acting without considering the harm their actions cause. Seeking immediate gratification through attention or power over their targets. Social and environmental factors. Beyond mental health diagnoses, environmental influences also play a significant role. Peer pressure, In online communities, groupthink can amplify bullying behavior. Cultural obsession with fame. Societies that idolize celebrities may encourage extreme fan behavior. Lack of accountability. Anonymity online allows cyberbullies to act without fear of real-world consequences. Trauma or neglect. Individuals with unresolved trauma may project their issues onto others, either as obsessive fans or bullies. Is diagnosis justification? It's important to note. A mental health condition does not excuse harmful behavior. While some individuals may have underlying psychological issues, others may simply act out of entitlement, immaturity, or malice. Addressing the behavior. Understanding the potential psychological roots of Sasaeng and cyberbullying behaviors can help inform better intervention strategies, such as counseling or therapy for individuals with obsessive or harmful tendencies. Public education on the impact of these actions. Stricter legal or platform-based consequences to deter such behavior.